Okay, we look at the Google Apps today. So we have several apps from our education.gov.dm email address. What we're interested in would be mostly our mail, Google Drive, Google Docs, which is equivalent to Word, Microsoft Word, Sheets, which would be equivalent to spreadsheets in Microsoft, and Slides, which would be equivalent to PowerPoint, Sites, which also have an equivalent for Microsoft. And then if we go down a little, oops, if you go down a little, you will see forms there, right? When you click more, okay, from Google, you will see forms. All right, so we look at those there. We'll look at the drive first. The drive, you can organize your drive into folders with everything you need. For example, I have the past papers, so all my past papers would be there. Then module grades, I would probably have a folder there for CCSLC and put everything related to that there. That's May 2016 CSEC past paper. I'll just drag it and drop it into the past papers there, right? Computer slow today. So it dragged to the past papers. Okay, and now Classroom, that folder is an automatic folder. When you go on Google Classroom, everything is saved there. Let me show you. So each of my classrooms would be biology, maths, etc. All of them would be saved in a folder in my drive also when I share material or assessments with them. So there you have it, Google Drive. Let me open another folder for you to see. Past papers, for example. And then there will be all the past papers. If you want to do a new folder, you click on new, and then it will give you the options to either upload a file, upload a whole folder, or create a new folder. You'll also have the options there to open a Google Doc straight from there, a blank document, a blank sheet, a blank slide, a blank any other thing, a blank form, right, for it to start with. So you can do everything from Google Drive. Now, next next app we would use would be Docs, Google Docs, and this you could use to collaborate with your fellow teachers in terms of making schemes or anything. So you can do your schemes from there. You can do your tests from there if you want, and you can do lesson plans to save there. Then we have Google Sheets. Google Sheets would be an example where you would use a same spreadsheet like Excel. And I could open an example for you to see. And then lastly, we have Google Forms. And again, I would open an example for you to see. So these, we can do them together. Okay, so that's the example of the Google Sheets to save any data. For example, this would have been the students' module grades being entered by teachers, and that allows anybody to enter the grades once they have the link. So each teacher would be able to enter their own grades for the students, okay? So instead of just the HOD alone, different teachers could enter the grades for their respective students. Then we have Google Forms. Google Forms can be used to make quizzes, and this is an example of a quiz that was made on geometry. And what will happen is, the students, you put a space for the students' names, and then you can choose whatever format you want for the different questions. These are all multiple choice questions, and then they choose their answers, and then they get immediate feedback. Okay, for them to get immediate feedback, obviously you have to choose the answers, and we'll do an example of that together. So we have there, it will be just 20 questions. For example, it's a revision. So this one is actually showing you how to do a 90-degree, for example, but instead of showing you just so, it will be asking you a question based on it. Okay, and then yeah, and that would be it. And because I'm in edit mode, it gives me the options of putting in the answer key. If you notice, there I would have chosen required, and I would give the points. I'd give it 1 point each, right? And I'll choose the correct answer basically because I'm still in edit mode. So we see edit, it's in edit mode because I'm the one doing the quiz. And there again, you could collaborate with your teachers where you add 5 questions, the next person adds 5 questions to the same quiz by going to add collaborators and then adding someone else, okay? So there you have it. That would be the Google Forms. Then we go to Google Sites. And I'll open it as an example for you. Well, I haven't created any sites on education.gov.dm, so I'll go to one I created with my private email. Why I didn't create it with education.gov.dm, the education.gov.dm will be supervised and controlled by the Ministry of Education. So I'd probably prefer a private one. So I used private one. So let me give you an example. An example, sites.google.com/site/CBSS teachers. Okay, so this is an example of the site that was created, and we'll go through that also. So it's opening a bit slow. Internet slow today, man. And then I'll open the next site one time if it allows me to. Sites. And all of these would have been created with just Google Sites, which would be easy because it has the template for you already. You just have to choose the template and do it. Okay, so for example, I did this one last week for the purpose of this presentation, right? Where I did the site, says CBSS Teachers 2017, and I chose the color and everything. And then it allows you, once you are signed in and you have permission, like there I have 2 owners for the site, myself with my normal email address and also the government email address. So both emails could allow me to change anything. So on the syllabus, for example, you would see all the syllabus if you go to this site. And if you go to past papers, you would see all the past papers because I put them there, right? And I did that by just including a link to my Google Drive, basically. Okay, so they are saved there. All of them, all past papers that we had from up to 2015. Okay, and there's other stuff we could add. Let me show you. I could add a page, create a page. What am I going to put on the page? Let's say assessments. And then maybe I would want to not save it as a web page. I would probably want to save it as a file cabinet where I can save all my tests and stuff, right? And I'll click create. and that's as easy as it goes. And then you will see it appearing on the left. See assessments, right? You could also change the templates of the site and put everything along there, what you want to show along there. But I'll leave that for now. So if you click assessment right there, you would get the option to add files or add a link or add straight from your Google Drive, right? Or delete something. Okay. Then you could go on a page you already has. You have, for example, the SBAs, right? SB is empty. Yeah, SB is empty. Let me look for something that already have something. So let's go to syllabus with SR without SR. Right. So let's say we have syllabus with SR, right? The syllabus with the subject reports. Right. And you want to edit, you click edit, and then you can change the layout of the site, basically, with the edit pen right there. Okay. So let's go again. Back to the Google Apps, because that's what we were concentrating on. Oh, wait. Before I go, look at, there's another example of another site that was created in Google Sites by myself for saving all the SBAs. It's CBSS online file cabinet for ESBAs. And if you go there, you would see all the different SBAs the students sent, right? And also cover sheets. So you would see, for example, the different students, social studies, SBAs, their history, OA, PE, and accounts and POB, right? And then I think if you go, let's say there, I think I put a graph there or something. Oh, no, I put the cover sheets there, basically. So you could create that entire site from scratch, but we'll go through that in a separate video. Okay. So there you have it. These are some of the apps from Google. The last app we want to show you, and we'll go through it separately again, would be the Google Classroom. But it's kind of slow. So there it's not showing there. So I click more. It's still not showing there. So I click even more. Another option could just be to type in classrooms. So you would see our product, you would scroll right down. Another option would have been to just type in classroom. Classroom.google.com. That's all. Right? Internet kind of slow for me today. Okay, so if you had clicked more and even more, you would go right down to the parts that have all the products. So there you have them. Jesus Christ, I slow. Okay, and then you have Google Classroom right there. So you could click it, or any other Google app you want. You could get them from there. Or I could have just simply typed in classroom and then it would appear. Okay, it's not appearing. Why? Because I have my private email address, Gmail address, and it's not going to work. So I have to change it to the government Gmail address. And that is the advantage of having a government Gmail address. You can actually access Google Classroom, right? So once you go in classroom.google.com, it will not work for you if you have your normal Gmail address. You have to use the government assigned email address because it's a G Suite for Education email address. So there you have it, all my Google Classrooms, right? Well, this one I just did it. And then, for example, the maths format for free students and the Form 4, I have 20 students. So, and my biology, I have 9 students out of my 13. Okay, And these are those that accepted the invite to the classroom. Okay, let me open one for you to see. No, I opened the wrong one. Okay, but let's say there, right? You could have the option of adding students by clicking on students, right? And invite students manually by typing in their email address, which their class teachers would have. I think I printed it out for all of them. Or you can give them the class code, right? And they would enter it and they would join class. Let me show you again. Go back. And if I wanted to join a class, I would click on the plus sign. I want to, too slow. Okay, we'll get there. So you'd see a plus sign, you'd click on it, join class, and then you'd enter the class code. Right? Okay. Then you could also, as a teacher, create a class. Now, what that gives you the ability to create the class is the underscore in your email address. The underscore says you're a teacher. So the underscore differentiates a teacher from a student. So there, I could also add to my classroom another teacher. So let's pause there.